Okay, next. So, here may example tayo pala class. So, on May 1, 2011, S sold his 2-hectare mango plantation to B for 2 million, reserving the right to repurchase the property within 5 years. So, at the time the plantation had growing fruits, so at the time ng kontrata class or the time of contract of sale, merong bunga yung mangga. Pero, B did not pay any indemnity for them. So, ibig sabihin, hindi nagbayad si B doon sa mga bunga ng mangga. Siyempre, it is a growing fruits. So, naintindihan? So, on May 1, 2014, S redeemed the property, at which time there were growing fruits on the property. So, ibig sabihin, yung property na kay B. So, ngayon, i-repurchase na ngayon ni S. Pero, during the time of repurchase or during the time of redemption, merong bunga yung mangga. So, is S obliged to pay indemnity for growing fruits at the time of redemption? So, ang tanong class, obliged ba si S na bayaran yung growing fruits or ibig sabihin indemnity? So, required ba is S obliged to pay the indemnity for the growing fruits at the time of redemption? So, the answer in class is no. It's because B did not pay. So, during the time na nag-enter tayo ng, during the time we enter into a contract of sale, hindi mo binayaran yung growing fruits. Naintindihan? So, during the time of sale. So, hence, S shall not be obliged to reimburse B for the growing fruits at the time of redemption. Naintindihan? Kasi nga, dito class, malinaw. So, si S, nagbenta siya ng 2 hectare na mango. May bunga na yun eh. So, since ibinenta na kay B, syempre, si B is entitled to the fruits na. Naintindihan? From the time the contract of sale is perfected. So, general rule yon. So, syempre, ibinenta na yung SKB yung lupa. So, si B na yung nag-harvest nung bunga ng mangga. So, ngayon, dumating na yung time of redemption. So, at saka may bunga, at the same time, may bunga din yung mangga. So, mapupunta na din kay S yung bunga. And S is not obliged to pay. Hindi required si S na bayaran si B. Naintindihan? So, what if B paid indemnity? So, what if class, during the time of sale, binayaran ni B yung bunga ng mangga during the time of sale, ha? So, ngayon, pagdating ng time of redemption, so si S shall be obliged to reimburse B for the fruits at the time of redemption. So, bawi-bawi lang yon. Naintindihan? Yun yung example. Dito yung sinasabi sa letter A. So, next, if there were no fruits at the time of sale, paano naman class kung during the contract of sale, walang fruits? So, ang magiging rules, the fruits at the time of redemption will be prorated between the redemptioner and the vendee, giving the vendee the part corresponding to the time he possessed the land in the last year, counted from the anniversary of the date of sale. So, for your reference, Article 1617. So, take note class, during the time ng sale or during the time ng contract of sale, walang bunga. Pero ngayon, pagdating ng time of redemption, merong bunga yung lupa. Naintindihan? So, here, may example tayo. On March 1, 2010, S sold his 5-hectare rice field to B for 1 million, reserving his right to repurchase the property within 5 years. At the time, there were no growing fruits on the rice field. So, ibig sabihin, walang tanim na palay during the time of sale. Ngayon, dumating yung time of redemption. S redeemed the property, at which time there were growing fruits on the property. So, who shall get the fruits from the property? So, yung question class, sino yung entitled doon sa fruits during the time of redemption? So, the question, the answer will class be, sabi ng batas, Article 1617, i-prorate daw. So, proration. I-prorate mo yung fruits. with B getting the fruits corresponding to the time he possessed the rice field in the last year. So, importante itong last year. So, si Wendy is entitled to the Wendy, the part corresponding to the time he possessed the land in the last year. Counting, so, ito na class. So, 3/4 shall pertain to S. Naintindihan? Ito na yung computation ng proration. So, 3/4 ang take note na yung fruits lang yung pinag-uusapan natin dito, hindi yung lupa. So, yung fruits, alimbawa, let's say for example, 1,000,000 yung fruits or 1,000,000 yung pinagbentahan ng palay doon sa lupa. So, yung 3/4 ng 1,000,000 is mapupunta kay S. And 1/4 is mapupunta kay B. Naintindihan? So, that is the computation of proration. Take note lang sa case na ito, during the time of sale, walang fruits doon sa lot or doon sa property. Pero pagdating ng time of redemption, merong fruits or meron ng growing fruits. Naintindihan? So, ito yung computation ng proration. So, bakit naging 3/4? Di ba, niredeem yung property sa ika-4 years. Naintindihan? Niredeem daw, ika-4 years na. So, magbilang tayo. March 10. So, 2011, 2012, 2013, 2014. So, in the 4th year. So, ibig sabihin, yung last year daw, sabi sa Article 1617, yung last year is mapupunta kay buyer. Naintindihan? And then, the rest will mapupunta kay redemptioner or the original seller. Naintindihan? So, since sa apat na yon, ang 3/4 mapupunta kay S and the 1/4 will go to B. Naintindihan? So, this is the computation. So, what if class kung sa ika-5th year na? So, syempre, papalitan namin itong 4 ng 5. Naintindihan? So, 1/5 mapupunta kay buyer. And then, the 4/5 mapupunta kay seller. So, yun lang yun. Next will be conditions of property at the time of redemption. So, what are the conditions of the property? Or ano yung kalagayan ng property during the time of redemption? The vendor shall receive the property from all charges constituted by the vendee. So, maliwanag ito. So, syempre, during the time na ibinenta ko, ganun din yung property pagdating ng redemption. Next, he shall respect the leases which the vendee may have executed in good faith and in accordance with the custom of place where the land is situated. So, take note class, pagdating ng time of redemption, what if si vendee is ipinarenta niya or ipinalis niya sa ibang tao? Naintindihan? So, ipinalis niya sa ibang tao. Siyempre, si vendor, i-respect niya yon. So, hintayin niya munang ma-expire yung kontrata ni vendee at saka ng third party. So, yun yung sinasabi ng 1618. Kasi nga, siyempre, yung third party is in good faith yon. Naintindihan? Right of vendee to subrogation. So, ano itong subrogation class? Ang subrogation is parang pinapalitan mo yung debtor sa ibang katauhan. Naintindihan? Let's say for example, ako may utang ako sa iyo, 10,000. So, mag-apply yung subrogation. Nandito ngayon si Ma'am Rose Ann, babayaran yung utang ko sa iyo. So, yun yung subrogation na tinatawag. Ibig sabihin, I am the original debtor, you are the creditor. Ngayon, mayroong papasok na bagong creditor, which is si Ma'am Rose Ann. Naintindihan? So, syempre, kapag babayaran niya yung utang ko sa iyo, so, Ma'am Rose Ann will become the new creditor. Naintindihan? So, wala na akong utang sa iyo, ako is may utang na ako kay Ma'am Rose Ann. That is subrogation. So, in sale with right to repurchase, the vendee is subrogated to the vendor's right and action. So, ibig sabihin kasi ng subrogation class is maglilipat ng katauhan. Let's say for example, si seller and buyer. Si seller nagbenta ng lupa kay buyer. So, that is during the time of sale. Pagdating ng redemption, so magpapalitan ng katauhan. Si buyer will become the new seller, and then the seller will become the new buyer. So yun yung sinasabi sa Article 1609. Siyempre, during anong rights ni vendee? So ang right ni vendee, pwede niya presyuhan yung property na based on current market value. Naintindihan? So, period of redemption. So, di ba class, sabi natin kanina, yung time of redemption is nakadepende sa stipulation ng both parties. Naintindihan? So, what if nakalagay merong right to repurchase pero walang nakalagay kung kailan? So, ito yung supplementation ng batas. When no period is fixed. So, take note class ha, ang batas is nagsusupplement lang doon sa kakulangan ng kontrata. Naintindihan? So, but take note, kung walang nakalagay na provision doon sa kontrata na walang right to repurchase, huwag mong pansinin yung pacto de retro, huwag mo rin pansinin yung redemption. Naintindihan? Pero kapag may right to repurchase, kaso nga lang, hindi mo alam kung ano yung specific date or kailan, ano yung petsa, so doon na papasok yung batas. So, here, if the right of redemption was agreed upon, but there was no stipulation as to the period within which the right shall be exercised, the period of redemption shall be 4 years from the date of the contract. So, take note class, ang sabi ng batas, meron ngang right to repurchase na nakalagay, kaso nga lang walang period or specific date. So, ang sabi ng batas, i-redeem mo within 4 years. Kailan mag-start? Date of contract. Naintindihan? Ibig sabihin, kung kailan pinanotaryuhan yung or kailan naging public instrument yung kontrata. Next, when a period is fixed by the parties. So, dito class, merong specific na period. If the period does not exceed 10 years, so take note class ha, kapag yung stipulation ng both parties, the redemption is not exceed in 5 years, such as when the right to repurchase shall be exercised within 5 years, then the period shall be 5 years from the date of the contract. So, let's say for example, dun sa example natin kanina, di ba i-redeem within 5 years. Naintindihan? So, ibig sabihin, below 10 siya. So, ibig sabihin, dapat i-redeem mo within 5 years. So, yun na yung maximum. What if class? Ano yung implication kapag sumobra na ng 5 years? Prescription ang tawag doon. Intindihan? So, prescription ang tawag doon. Number 2, if the period exceeds 10 years. So, what if class yung stipulation ng both party is sobra ng 10 years? Let's say for example, right to repurchase 13 years. Then the period shall be 10 years from the date of the contract, the stipulation as to the excess being null and void. So, based sa jurisprudence or based sa actual case ni Monteiro versus Salgado. So, 27 Philippine 631. So, take note class, yung time of redemption is maximum limit lang is 10 years. Naintindihan? 10 years lang yung maximum limit natin. So, pero yung 10 years is mag-a-apply lang class kung merong fix. Merong period is, yung period is fixed by the parties. Naintindihan? So, next, where the period agreed upon is indefinite. So, anong mangyayari class kung indefinite? Ibig sabihin kasi ng indefinite is, i-repurchase ko kahit kung kailan ko gusto. O, yun yung indefinite. Such as when the repurchase may be made at any time, the repurchase may be exercised within 10 years pa rin from the date of contract. So, take note class ha, mag-start or magre-recon yung time of redemption from the date of the contract. So, syempre, yung date of contract is kung kailan napanotaryuhan yung contract of sale. Kasi nga, naging public instrument na yun eh. D. In case of civil action between the parties, so civil action, ibig sabihin mayroong kasuhan, the vendor may still exercise the right to repurchase within 30 days from the time final judgment was rendered in a civil action on the basis that the contract was a true sale with a right to repurchase. So, Article 1606.